U.S. We now move on to China, where Hon Hai has admitted that it hired very young workers in some of its factories in China. With me to discuss this is Yun-Hee Kim, the Wall Street Journal's technology editor in Hong Kong. Yun-Hee, so Hon Hai has admitted that workers as young as 14 years old were employed in some of its factories in China. What else do we know about this?
Right, well, it's very rare for Hon Hai to come out with a statement saying that they do in fact employ these young interns. It actually happened at one of their facilities in northern China, and this particular factory doesn't make Apple products, but it really highlights the labor strife that Hon Hai has been going through. Just earlier this month, there was small disputes at another factory in China between factory workers, production line workers mainly, and the people that do quality control. And just a month before, a riot broke out in another factory between workers. And so the police had to get involved. There were about 40 injuries. And so it just seems to be more and more disputes and highlight on Hon Hai's factories.
As you said, it's very rare that Hon Hai would come out itself proactively and admit that this has happened. Is this part of its move to become a much more transparent company, especially because China Labor Rights Watch has been issuing all these reports about Hon Hai?
Right. I mean, there's been a lot of spotlight on the working conditions at Chinese factories, especially after a nonprofit organization that you mentioned, China Labor Watch, came out with a report saying that, all of these factory workers work really long hours, maybe sometimes like 60-hour workday weeks. And so, yeah, I mean, that's mainly the reason why. And Hon Hai is not known as to be a very transparent company, but as there is more spotlight on the working conditions, the company is trying to make these statements more apparent.
The biggest question is, though, how is this going to affect iPhone 5 production?
Right.
As you said in one of your blog posts this week, we are seeing some bottlenecks in production, and Apple isn't getting this phone out as quickly as they would like, especially in time for the crucial holiday season. What is going on with production for the iPhone 5?
Well, Apple has come out and said that they're not able to, meet the demands of the market, and basically the target that they have is actually below what analysts are expecting. And it's also partly, they haven't come out and said why they're facing this supply shortage. There's a lot of speculation in the market as to why. One of the reasons is the continuous disputes at these factories that's kind of making it more difficult for Hon Hai to kind of focus on production. Another factor could be shortage of particular components that actually go into the iPhone 5. The iPhone 5 uses a special display technology called in-cell, and it enables the device to be a bit thinner than the iPhone 4S. And according to some of the suppliers in Asia, these displays are much more difficult to manufacture. So it's taking a longer time for them to produce these components to go into the iPhone 5. And we've also actually seen some, flash memory chip prices spike in the last few weeks. Now, these are the chips that actually go into the iPhone gadgets to store data. And the reason why the prices are going up is because there's a lot of demand for them. It's not only Apple that's actually making smartphones. We've got Samsung, HTC, everyone's jumping into this market. And so there's a lot of demand for components that go into these devices. And as you mentioned, also we're hitting the holiday season where demand for these products are really strong. So those are potential reasons that could lead to an even more shortage of these devices later this year.
Right, which doesn't come at a very good time for Apple at all, because everyone's going to want to buy one for Christmas.
But strong demand is always a good thing for Apple.
Of course, it's a blessing and a curse.
Right.
Thanks so much. Yun-Hee Kim, Wall Street Journal technology editor.